Nationwide, homosexuals have become victims of violence. John Stossel reveals the threat to an estimated 20 million Americans. Homophobia.
Phobia is any strong fear or dislike. Homophobia is a fear of homosexuals and homosexuality. AIDS, of course, is the deadly disease that has been labeled, and incorrectly labeled, the gay disease. And it's the concern about AIDS that has triggered a wave of homophobia in this country. And the fear of homosexuals can be found from Maine to California.
And from coast to coast, the fear has turned into hate, and the hate into violence. Not since the racial unrest of the 60s has one group of Americans suffered such abuse. John Stossel has been investigating homophobia, a term we may unfortunately become all too familiar with. Here's John's report.
God did not create the homosexual relationship, but the heterosexual relationship.
Homosexual, you are not saved in your sin.
The term gay is given to that lifestyle, and that's anything but gay. How can you be gay when you're facing death from AIDS?
You cannot go to heaven. You cannot be saved in homosexuality.
Lots of people agree with those preachers. For years, homosexuals have been criticized and ridiculed. But about 15 years ago, something new happened.
Gay rights now! Gay rights now!
Gays started fighting back. People who had hidden their homosexuality started to publicly proclaim it and to protest against discrimination. Even some parents and others you might not expect in demonstrations lent their support. For the first time, gays were saying they were proud they were gay.
Out of their closets and into the streets.
And year after year, gay power grew. Things were getting better for homosexuals, until AIDS.
Today, the Center for Disease Control has said the 2,000 reported cases may be only the tip of the iceberg.
AIDS has become the new justifier for old prejudice. I asked some high school kids,
what do you think of gay people?
Are you serious?
I think it's unreligious.
I think it's wrong because, like, if they like spread AIDS around and stuff, it kills innocent people.
And go to most any bar, and I bet you'll find someone who'll say,
I don't think the fact that they got AIDS, they're spreading it around, they're blatant with their sex. If that's what's causing it, that's what's causing a lot of the spreading around. I don't like it.
You think there ought to be something done about them?
Yeah. What? Put them on an island like they used to do the lepers.
All over the country, homosexuals are reporting increased discrimination. Landlords, they say, are turning them away. Some dentists won't treat them. Some ambulance drivers won't stop to pick them up. Sometimes the police, they say, don't respond to their calls. Newspaper headlines add to the panic. Gays fear that insurance companies will deny coverage to all gay men. And headlines help this man lose his job. Ira Klein used to work as a waiter. He doesn't have AIDS, but when he told his boss he was doing volunteer work at a gay health center, she turned to the local newspaper for information. And
basically decided through reading about other people's reactions to the hysteria that they were right, and I was going to spread the virus throughout her restaurant, somehow through the lasagna to the customers, and I got fired.
Enough is enough. Vote against special privileges for homosexuals.
AIDS has also become an issue in political campaigns.
Houston will become a homosexual mecca if we permit laws that encourage more homosexuals to settle here, increasing the threat to your health.
More often, the politicians are not so direct. They use code words like, I'm the family candidate. What may have been this politician's real feelings came out on this local news show when he didn't think his voice was being broadcast.
Mayoral candidate Louis Welch has announced his plan for dealing with AIDS in Houston. We'll talk live with the candidate about his four-part answer to combating spread of that disease.
4 points. I can't remember, but 2 of them.
What was that?
One of them was to shoot the queers.
Shoot the queers? He later said it was a joke. It's not a joke to David. He's the showroom manager of a tile business in San Francisco, and he's gay. His lover, Matthew, works in the financial department of a major corporation. David and Matthew have been living together for 4 years. It's difficult for David to talk now because his broken jaw is wired shut.